Okay, have you ever been in a conversation with a potential new client and you've had a great connection, you're ready to wrap up and move forward with this client, and then after you share your fees, you hear the comment, your prices are higher than I expected. This is Loren Fogelman with Business Success Solution. And when you hear that dreaded comment, your prices are higher than I expected, then you have to think about what is your response at that moment. Is it a knee-jerk response where you kind of stammer, it throws you off guard, feels a little confrontational, you don't like the pushback, so you immediately offer a discount? Or possibly you just close the conversation and let them move on to the next person who's comfortable talking about the fees and what happens when the person says your price is too high. So that's something to think about. Is you're going to hear that at some point, and it's your response that really is going to impact the outcome. I'm going to just say, if you don't prepare for it, then you're going to have that knee-jerk response where you either discount your fees or you just close the conversation too soon. But I want you to consider this. There are some hidden factors that you want to be aware of. The first thing is some people love deals. They are shopping on Groupon. They go to online coupons and use them all the time. They are always looking for deals and discounts. That's just how they invest in things, buy things, purchase things. And no matter what it is, they always want to be able to feel that they've gotten a little bit of a better price than what everybody else is getting. The other thing is that some people that love deals, they tend to be the negotiators. So the first people who are looking for the coupons and everything, they're the bargain hunters. The ones that are actually saying your price is too high and they want to maybe haggle a little bit, those are the people who love to trade and negotiate. And their feeling is they don't ask, you might not get something. But if you ask, it doesn't hurt. So there are some industries that are built on negotiations. Auto sales is one of them. Most people rarely pay sticker price. They're going in with the expectation that you're going to have to negotiate for the best price possible. And there are some people who just they relish the negotiation part of it. So think about that. There's some people that love deals. Two of them are the bargain hunters. The other ones are the negotiators. And then the number two thing to consider is priorities, because about 85% of the clients who are coming to you, they actually care more about the relationship, what it's like to work with you, and also the service delivery that you're going to give them what they are paying you for. And that is actually very important to them, sometimes even more important than the final price. So something to think about regarding the priorities is that you might have the right fees. You're just attracting the wrong client to you. If you feel that everybody you're talking with is price sensitive, then it might be that your fees are right, but you're just attracting that wrong person to you. The second thing to look at is that maybe you got all excited about what their concerns are. You knew that you could help them, and you actually offered the price too soon. And as a result of that, they didn't fully see the values of your services and why they ought to pay more than maybe someone else that had lower competitive rates. So what you need to make sure is that you don't go ahead and too soon give them the fees before they actually see the value and realize the benefit of engaging your firm's services. And then the third thing to consider is the comparison factor, because when we are looking at making a decision, we tend to do better when we're comparing one thing to the other. So do you know what they are comparing your service to? Is it possibly that they're looking at a SaaS product, or possibly doing it themselves? Or maybe they're looking at someone else that's offering something similar, onshore or offshore. So you want to get really curious about what it is they're comparing your services and your fees to be able to understand the context. Okay, so those are the three hidden factors to consider, is that there are some people who love the deals. They tend to be the bargain hunters as well as the negotiators. You want to understand the priorities, and also you need to recognize that people make great decisions when they're comparing. So what are they comparing your firm to? Now that I have that, I want you to think about, Don't cave in. That is going to backfire in so many different ways because your client's going to end up getting a great deal and you're going to end up working really, really hard for a lower price than what it ought to be. I want you to really connect with your price, own your value. And so I have 5 things to consider to be able to really connect with your fees and own your value. First one, let's just put it out there, own your value. You need to really believe in what you bring to the table and connect with that. When you're able to recognize your value, then other people are more likely to recognize it as well. And when you're connected to your value, it actually influences your response. Number 2 is you want to maybe give people an alternative to discounts because, as I said, people like to compare things. They like to have choices. Maybe give them some options and recognize it's not about how much time it takes for you to do the work. They are not buying your time. What you want to look at is creating packages and then offer options as to which package is a best fit for their needs. So that's something to think about. They're not buying your time, but they do like options. So give them 3 options or 3 packages to choose from. The third thing is why now? Why are they reaching out to you? Is there some urgency? Do they need to make an immediate decision and move forward very quickly? Or is this something that is maybe they would like to take care of it, but it is not a priority necessarily. It is not a burning desire right now with a short deadline. So you want to be able to understand why are they coming to you now and what the urgency is. Is it a really immediate urgency, or is this something that they had the luxury of time and don't need to make an immediate decision? Number 4 is share success stories. Tell them about a client who had a similar concern and they decided to work with you. What were the results that that client received as a result of getting those things because they worked with you? How did that make an impact? So go ahead without bragging, just share some success stories. That helps a lot. Number 5 is get comfortable talking about your fees and the money part. Because if somebody's really serious, then they will often be able to find the money somehow to move forward with you. Maybe not immediately, but they will. So think about this. Instead of caving in on the discussion, if they come up with the prices are too high, then think about, well, how can we find the money in order for you to be able to move forward? So you need to recognize, are they really interested in your firm and it's really that they can't see how to pay your fees? And if so, then have a discussion about how you can help them find the money to move forward, because you are someone that is working in their money anyway. It might be that there's redundancies, there are black holes with their money, there's things where they're being wasteful. And if you can cut some of those corners, it's going to actually more than compensate for the fees that they're paying you. Anyway, you will get pushback on your prices. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is just how it is, especially when your prices are value priced. And you want to be able to learn how to confidently respond when someone says your prices are too high. The main thing is know the value of your services. And when you recognize the value of what you bring to the table, then others are more likely to see it as well. So if you want my free resource, Get Paid What You're Worth, which shows you how to lead with value and no longer have to compete on price, and go to businesssuccesssolution.com/worth. Once again, businesssuccesssolution.com/worth to get my free resource, Get Paid What You're Worth, and really start to get paid the fees that are connected to the value that you deliver to your clients. Anyway, I so much appreciate this connection. Would love to hear more from you of what you took away, any insights, how this maybe validated something that you're already doing. Please go ahead and share that with me. And I look forward to further conversations. Loren Fogelman, showing accounting firm owners how to double their income, working half the time.